Jesus, Jesus spoke about a parable, and the parable is a parable about a man, a rich man actually, in ancient times that had a vineyard. And the vineyard, and he had this very big vineyard. The vineyard was so big that he needed to have servants to tend it. So he employed a lot of servants to tend the vineyard. And that went on for a while. And then the time came for the man to travel to a distant land. So he decided to travel. And then he left the vineyard in care of his servants. Now, so while the man was away, after some time when he was away, he decided to send a messenger to go back to his vineyard and just to see how it was faring essentially, and get a progress report and return back to him. And so he sent the first messenger. And so when that messenger got to the vineyard, the servants in the vineyard, they took that messenger and they killed him. Then the man was then the master, when the messenger did not return, he was like, what happened? So he sent another messenger. Now this messenger, they did not kill this one. This one was very lucky. They beat him and he escaped by the skin of his teeth, and then, escaped back to his master. And he told the master what happened. And then the master was like, but why would they treat you like that? You're not even... Don't they know that you came from me? He was kind of baffled. So he thought they were being overprotective of the vineyard. And that went on for a while. He would send messengers. Some of them, the servants at the vineyard, some of them they would kill. Some messengers will be lucky enough that they will escape and come and tell the master. And that went on for a while until one day when the master was like, you know what? I'm going to send my own son. He looks like me. He talks like me. He smells like me. He's me, essentially. I'm going to send my own son. I'm going to send him to them. Surely when they see my son, they'll respect my son, And then my son can finally look at this vineyard and then come back and give me my progress report. Yeah? So he decided to send his own son to the vineyard. Now, while the son was approaching the vineyard, the servants at the vineyard, they saw his son coming from afar off, and they said that, look, this is the son of the master that owns this vineyard. You know what? This is like a golden opportunity for us. Let's kill this man. Let's kill him on the spot. So that if we kill him, there will be no heir. The master will have no heir to inherit the vineyard any longer. So if you kill him, the vineyard technically automatically becomes our own, which was just a waiting game for the master himself to die. So they took his son, the son of the master, and then they killed him. So Jesus was in that scripture, Jesus was like, what do you think the master of the vineyard would do to those messengers? That whole story was about Jesus talking to the Pharisees it was actually talking about himself, essentially. Okay. But that story is a good analogy for man and mankind, essentially, and how we treat new technology, So in this case, God is the master. He's the one that planted the vineyard. He's the one that created the earth that we live in. He made this world for us. And then he went back to heaven. And we are the servants inside the vineyard. The human race is the servant inside the vineyard. The vineyard is the earth. And then occasionally he would send us this very cool technology to kind of advance our, advance mankind, essentially, take us to the next level. Now, sometimes we would take some technologies and just outrightly kill it and be like, you know what, we are so afraid of this thing, I'll just kill it. Other times, we would, the technology would be lucky, if I might use that word, and the technology would escape the jaws of killing, of death of mankind, and then, come into existence. A classic example. So if you look at essentially, yeah. So if you look at like the history of man, that has been the case. Sometimes we've had all this like groundbreaking stuff that just never really materialized. Um, so essentially, yeah. And sometimes, so a classic example would be something like electricity, for instance. Just think of electricity as one of the servants, right? It barely survived. They almost killed that idea. They almost killed that technology. It barely survived. Do you understand? Bitcoin, for instance. Bitcoin, they actually killed it. That was the last one God sent. Like the second to the last one God sent. They nearly killed it. They killed it actually. Like it did. Very promising technology. It was supposed to change everything. It was supposed to flip everything around, but people were too afraid of it, so they killed it. And then God is now like, okay, let me send them something else, something that is like that thinks like them, that talks like them, that at least pretends to think like them, but talks like them, quacks like them, smells like it sees like them, processes information, maybe kind of like how they process it. Let me send it to them. And that's in the person of artificial intelligence, yeah. And if you think about it, the same, there are two camps right now, yeah. There's one camp that is trying to outrightly just destroy artificial intelligence, destroy AI, like just kill AI, kill AI, kill AI, kill AI, kill AI. One camp. And then there's the other camp that is trying to make AI conform to there's some people that are just afraid of AI, that AI is going to come and like take all the jobs, yada yada yada. So there's this fear to kill it or make government policies to stifle the development of it. Do you understand? Essentially using fear mongering to like stifle the growth of AI. So that there's that on one hand. Then there's this, then on the other hand, right? There's this other push to make AI conform into the way into how man is. So people complain that AI hallucinates a lot, that AI is not really smart, it's not really intelligent. There's all this like. And so there's all this like investment into AI now to make it like start reasoning in code now like a human being, Essentially just conforming, which when you think about it, it's kind of weird because why would you want to invest like all this money to build a machine that thinks like a human being, The problem with human thinking is that it's what got us here in the first place. So I think it's important to like preserve like he has like has his own unique way of thinking. I don't want to call it thinking or reasoning, if you will, right? So I think it should be like protected. It should be like it should be preserved. It's his own different type of intelligence, just like spatial intelligence, all these other types of intelligence that we have. I think it's his own unique type of intelligence. It has its own unique use cases. But anyway, I digress, right? So I just wanted to like put this one down because I just see that, AI might end up going the way of Bitcoin again, where man has just like decided to kill it. Yeah, that's it.